For a decade, rear wheel drive ruled rallying without question. Then Audi arrived with a turbocharged, all-wheel drive machine the paddock dismissed as a gimmick. Within 3 years, it won 2 manufacturers' titles, put the first woman on a World Rally Championship top step, and humiliated every established name. Yet one rival refused to accept it, not because the results were wrong, but because accepting them meant abandoning everything they believed in. In the late 1970s, the World Rally Championship operated under a rigid set of rules. Lightweight, rear drive drive machines like the Ford Escort RS1800, the Fiat 131 Abarth, and the wedge-shaped Lancia Stratus ruled the stages. The established formula relied on chassis balance and a driver's ability to slide through corners using precise oversteer. Engineers across the paddock believed that sending power to all 4 wheels was an unnecessary, heavy complication that would only sap power and destroy agility. The paddock believed that grip should come from driver talent rather than mechanical assistance. But on March 3, 1980, at the Geneva Motor Show, Audi introduced a radical alternative. They unveiled the Quattro, a heavy, turbocharged coupe featuring permanent all-feature e-drive. Built by an outsider German manufacturer with no top-tier rallying pedigree, the vehicle was met with immediate doubt. Rivals dismissed the complex system as a heavy marketing gimmick, confident it would fail on real stages. Under the hood of this controversial coupe sat a 2,145 cubic centimeters, turbocharged inline-5 engine, pushing out roughly 300 horsepower. In an era dominated by high-revving 4-cylinder engines, Audi's 5-cylinder stood out. It featured a lightweight aluminum block and a low compression ratio of 6.3:1, designed to handle high boost pressures reliably. This configuration created a broad torque curve that delivered strong, immediate pull from low revs, which was essential for clawing out of slow corners. But the engine was only half the equation. The real disruption lay in how that power reached the ground. Instead of sending power solely to the rear wheels, Audi engineered a permanent, full-time, all-wheel drive system. It routed power through a 5-speed manual gearbox to 3 mechanical differentials, one at the front, one at the rear, and a central differential acting as the system's torque distribution hub. This layout meant that engine torque was distributed continuously to all 4 tires. If one axle lost grip on loose gravel, wet tarmac, or deep snow, the mechanical connection redirected torque to the wheels that still had purchase. This fundamentally altered the mechanics of speed on a rally stage. In a traditional rear-wheel drive car, cornering was a delicate, 2-step process. A driver had to slide the rear end to rotate the chassis, feather the throttle to maintain the slide, and wait until the car was pointed straight before fully accelerating. Applying power too early meant spinning out. The Quattro threw that playbook away. With traction delivered to both axles, drivers could apply the throttle much earlier in a turn, often right at the apex. The front wheels pulled the car forward while the rear wheels pushed, turning what used to be a sideways slide into a clean, forward launch. By reducing the need for dramatic, time-wasting drifts, the Quattro maintained higher corner exit speeds. It shifted the driving philosophy from managing instability to maximizing mechanical grip, proving that clean traction was far quicker than spectacular slides. The theoretical advantage of all-wheel drive became an undeniable reality in February 1981 on the frozen roads of Sweden. Hannu Mikkola steered the Quattro to its first World Rally Championship victory, conquering the snow-covered stages and securing the first-ever WRC win for a 4-wheel drive vehicle. It was the first concrete proof that Audi's heavy, complex machine could outperform the lightweight rear-wheel drive establishment. But the true test of the system's versatility came on the mixed asphalt and gravel of the Rally San Remo later that October. Michèle Mouton, alongside co-driver Fabrizia Pons, drove the Quattro to a historic overall victory. Mouton became the first woman to win a World Rally Championship event, shattering the paddock's long-standing cultural assumptions about who could handle these high-horsepower machines. Her victory was not a fluke. It was a masterclass in exploiting the Quattro's endless traction, proving that the car's grip level was an equalizer across different terrains. By 1982, the individual victories consolidated into a dominant campaign. Audi captured its first WRC Manufacturers' Championship, demonstrating consistent performance across gravel, snow, and tarmac that rear-wheel drive teams simply could not match. The momentum only grew when Swedish driver Stig Blomqvist joined the squad, adding further depth and securing important wins. Blomqvist's immediate speed showed that the Quattro's success belonged to the engineering, not just a single driver. The ultimate validation of this technical direction arrived in 1984. Audi secured its second Manufacturers' Championship in 3 years. The repeat title cemented all-wheel drive as the new competitive benchmark, leaving traditionalists with no choice but to recognize that the era of rear-wheel drive dominance had officially ended on the rally stage. In the early 1980s, while Audi collected trophies, the established motorsport powers refused to abandon their core beliefs. BMW became the standard bearer for this rear-wheel drive purism. Instead of developing an all-wheel drive rival, the Munich engineers invested heavily in the mid-engine M1 project, preparing it for Group 5 circuit racing and Group B rally stages. This decision stemmed from a deliberate philosophical stance rather than a lack of engineering capability. To BMW and the traditionalists, motorsport was defined by a lightweight chassis, perfect front-to-rear weight distribution, and a driver's ability to control a car on the limit using steering and throttle inputs. Mechanical traction aids were viewed as heavy, unnatural corrections for poor driving. This group believed that sending power to all four wheels stripped rallying of its human element, replacing driver talent with machine-driven grip. But as the Quattro continued to dominate on every surface, this purist doctrine faced mounting pressure. The argument that rear-wheel drive was the only true configuration for high-level rallying began to slip from an honorable tradition into an obsolete philosophy. By 1984, the debate over all-wheel drive was over. What had been dismissed as a heavy, overcomplicated experiment at the start of the decade was now the undisputed blueprint for victory. This reality forced rival teams to abandon decades of rear-wheel drive heritage. To remain competitive, every major manufacturer had to discard their existing platforms and start over with a clean sheet of paper. Engineers faced the daunting task of packaging front differentials, transfer cases, and additional drive shafts into compact rally cockpits, completely redesigning chassis layouts from the ground up. Peugeot was among the first to commit fully, developing the mid-engined, all-wheel drive 205 T16. Even Lancia, which had fought to the end with the rear-wheel drive 037, accepted the inevitable and began designing the twin-charged, all-wheel drive Delta S4. Ford followed with the RS200, while Austin Rover developed the Metro 6R4. The engineering race was no longer about proving whether all-wheel drive worked, but who could package the system most effectively. This technical transition redefined how designers approached weight distribution, aerodynamics, and tire technology. With Group B engine outputs climbing past 500 horsepower, transmitting that power through only 2 wheels had become a physical impossibility. The sport had evolved beyond the limits of rear-wheel drive. What began as an unconventional gamble by Audi had permanently rewritten the rules of motorsport, establishing a mechanical standard that remains the foundation of rally engineering to this day. Today, the debate is settled. Audi's defiance didn't just conquer rally, it permanently redefined how we transfer power to pavement. Every modern all-wheel drive performance car owes its soul to that hard-fought victory. The skeptics didn't just lose, they adapted. Share your thoughts in the comments.